For those that know, I'm not going to get too deep into the details, of what happened. Basically, yesterday there was a pipe bomb or attempted terrorist attack in Port Authority in, New York City. Which really nowadays is not surprising, It's really not. You had a couple of the politicians say they hope a pattern doesn't develop. And this is like the second attack or attempted attack in 6 months, so I think that's a pattern. My thing is this, as New Yorkers, we're still going to move on. We're still going to do what we do, regardless of the fact, we're tough, we're strong, we're all that. But the purpose of me doing this video, other than saying, thoughts and prayers to those people affected by the situation, is something else. It's about telling folks to be alert. The things that you hear all the time, but really don't pay that much attention to. I mean, it sounds corny, but it's true. If you see something, say something, alert your local authorities. Always know where the nearest exit is when you're out in public or in areas that, like densely populated. If you're in a place you really don't have to be, don't stay around lingering too long, because, those are targets and soft spots for people to be and stuff like that. If you don't have a reason to be there, keep it moving. I'm not saying be afraid to live your life, but just be smart, just be sensible with how you do what you do. Go out there and have fun. Of course, law enforcement have their special tactics and things that they do, but people fail to realize that a lot of times what they're doing, other than preventative measures to stop, potential attacks, is actually a response. So they prevent and they respond to things, and deal with it as necessary. But you as the everyday citizen can deal with it too. You can look at different checkpoints. You can basically just coordinate with, different travel agencies. You can find out the policies and procedures of whatever events in the places that you go to. There's a lot of different things that you can do. And as for the people who keep coming to New York to try to, attack New Yorkers, I just have to say something. A lot of us are not afraid. We're not scared. We're not deterred by, the attacks that keep coming here, because I still got to keep living. I still got to keep going through the checkpoints and going through the security checks and, dealing with what never needs to be done. I'm not going to stop living my life. If that's the case, we would have did that at 9/11, So, I mean, we're strong out here in New York, and it's not going to stop us from living our lives. I wish the rent wasn't so high, but that's another story. And I encourage New Yorkers and anybody that faces terrorism anywhere around the world to continue to live your life, because that's what these attacks are designed to stop you from living. These attacks are designed to stop you from being who you are, to change the fabric of life, to disrupt the normality of it all. Although it is disturbing how often this is happening, the sectarian violence in the Middle East, the terrorist attacks all over the world, it's becoming annoying. It's a nuisance. It's like we're in a more dangerous world than ever before. That's why it calls for us to pay attention more than ever before. If you're sleepwalking out there in the world and you're not really paying attention to what's going on in your surroundings, in your general area, then you're doing yourself a disservice. This stuff is not hard. It's not difficult. It's just about caring. It's just about understanding that the world is a lot different than what people think it is. It's a lot different than a lot of us who are older may have been used to, especially, at times, like this. And unfortunately, this won't be the last time that something like this happens. I don't want to sound negative or anything like that, but the truth is that we live in a world of opposites. We live in a world where people, may hate you just for the way that you are, for the lifestyle that you live, for the sexual orientation of the country that you come from. So I encourage you to meet the hate with love, but not to be foolish, in any stretch. Like I said, just really do things to protect yourself, coordinate with your local, and state law enforcement, federal, whatever you need. Understand the guidelines, the rules, understand what's allowable, what's not allowable as far as, how you move around and whatnot, and ways to be safe. I don't pretend to have all the answers, but I know that the answer, at least part of it, in some stretch, is not to give up, is not to, stop living our lives, but to be more conscious of the world around us. sadly, we have to do this in a world where some of us have children, and we have to be aware of the world that we're raising our children in, and this is something that they need to know as well. I think a lot of folks need to let the children know that there's, a lot of dangerous things going on in the world. Don't hide it from them. Teach them how to deal with it, how to be aware so your children can be safe, so they can know how to deal with a particular situation if there's a terrorist attack or active shooter, bomb threat, whatever the case may be. Yeah, so with that being said, I got to get up out of here, but live on, man. Do what you do. Have a happy holidays, have fun out there, enjoy life, especially all the New Yorkers out there. But I say with that, be aware, be aware of what's going on out in the world. Pay attention, don't be so stuck into the iPhone or the smartphone or the computer that you don't see what's going on around you. Just pay attention, be aware, know how to respond appropriately. And I think you'll be okay. Take care, be safe, spread love. It's the Brooklyn way.